What's up, everybody? David Feldman-Makrias here. And today, what we're going to talk about is specifically to Google Ads auto apply recommendations. Are they worth it? The good, the bad, and the ugly? That was kind of nerdy. Anyways, let's get into it right now. So, the thing that triggered this actual video idea was it's been a concept for a while, but I got an email from a Google rep on that is linked to one of the accounts that we handle. And this Google rep had said, "Hey, great connecting with you," so on and so forth. One quick thing I forgot to mention when I took a look around the account, I noticed our back end auto apply settings are out of date with our campaign bidding strategies. If you're able to update these, should take 2 seconds. So she gave me the directions, circled some things. I'll follow up shortly with more information on betas we discussed as well. Let me know if you have any questions. So basically, what is auto applied recommendations? Should we use them or not? So this is something that has been around for at least the last year and a half, probably more so, but the features keep evolving. And the features that this person is talking about, I don't necessarily agree with auto applying right away. So this says auto apply button on the top right. This will not apply all OptiScore recommendations. Scroll down under grow your business, select the below options. Bid more efficiently with max conversions. Then bid more efficiently with max conversions using a target CPA. And then set a target CPA. So honestly, when I read this, I don't agree at all, because this is basically just giving when you change something in Google Ads, one of the most significant items you can change besides your budget and turning campaigns off is the auto applied recommendations. No, I'm sorry. It's not the auto applied recommendations. It's bidding strategies. Anything relating to your bidding strategy, if you change that, that's going to significantly disrupt, change, improve potentially the performance of your campaigns and the performance of your overall business, especially if you're leaning on Google Ads to be a major driver of traffic to the website, which a lot of businesses do because of the overall intent behind it. So I don't agree, because what this is saying is, okay, we're going to, let's say you just launch a campaign and it's brand new and you don't have a lot of conversion data. Well, the thought behind it is to maximize clicks. Like, that's your first bidding strategy. And again, I'm not going to go over the basics of bidding strategies in this video. This is not really for that. It's more so for people that have at least a basic understanding of how bidding strategies work. But again, for everyone, maximize clicks is basically you're telling Google you want as many clicks as possible. You want to do this when you don't have a lot of conversion data. So you start with maximize clicks, but then you're going to let Google decide when you get to maximize conversions automatically. Sounds fair, right? I've just seen so many things go awry within maximize conversions, and I really want to set bidding strategies myself. Like, we don't need to have auto apply just in the account all the time. Why? Why do we have to just let Google just completely take over? It doesn't make any sense. Now, does the philosophy make sense? Yes. You want to start a campaign that doesn't have a lot of conversions. You start it with that, getting as many clicks as possible. Then you ascend to conversions. Then you ascend to maximize conversions with the target CPA, and then setting a target CPA. I don't want Google to do that automatically. I have certain campaigns that have a really high target CPA, because basically I want the campaign to bid really high for a specific campaign. Like, it in the minor case, you will not want to apply these recommendations to all of your campaigns. I just can't see any application where that's true. There's so many different things you can do with bid strategies. That's one of the last things I would give up control over. Probably more than the ad copy, to be honest with you, and a lot of other things. So let's dive into exactly what auto applied recommendations is, and I want to show you an example of, what you can have auto apply, because auto apply is not such a bad thing for a few settings. And I'm going to get into them now. Cool. So now I just hopped over to one of our live accounts, and how you get to auto apply settings. You can go into an all campaign view, and then you can go into recommendations, and then under recommendations is a button called auto apply, and you'll see it right away. I think it's over here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you so you know exactly where it is. Cool. So what I did was I just went back a screen, but if you're logging into Google Ads, you're just going to go in here, go into recommendations, and then hit auto apply. Again, you can switch settings, the auto apply settings for different campaigns. So certain things you may want in certain campaigns and others you may not want. But from this person's email, this Google representative, where she wants to suggest that we should just auto apply bidding strategy changes? No, definitely not. Not doing that. No. Excuse me. Okay. So let's go through it. What options are significant for auto apply? So it looks like there's a couple different sections. Maintain your ads and grow your business. 9 recommendation types, 14 recommendations type. Let's go one by one, and I'll explain to you whether I agree, disagree, or have no opinion. I'm going to have an opinion. So maintain your ads, first and foremost. Okay, ad and assets. Used optimized ad rotation. Automatically show your best ads at auction time. So I would agree with this one, and that's why I have it checked off. I would agree with this one. If you want different ad copy and to test different RSAs or different display ads or YouTube ads or what have you, this is something I generally set is yes. When you have a good performing ad, you should show it. Now, the only time I wouldn't do this is if I really wanted to conduct a split test that was honest. Not saying that this is dishonest, but I would want to conduct a split test that, like let's say I put 2 ads in there and I really want to test it, not maybe in an experiment, but I really want to test the situation. I would turn this off, because once one ad, even if it only takes a day or two, gets some sort of better performance, even a little bit, it's going to skew all of the ad impressions and all of the ad placements towards that ad. So that's one item I would say you might have to change it. Getting all these text messages, putting the phone down. Okay. Number 2, add responsive search ads. Get more conversions at a similar or better ROI by showing more relevant ads to potential customers. Headline and description line assets will come from your existing content, including your ad's final URL or assets in the same ad group. This is basically Google writing your ads for you. This was a bigger deal when RSAs first came out. RSAs are standard practice and have been for a while. That's where you have a lot of different headlines, for I think 15 different headlines, 4 different descriptions, 1 long description, 1 business, whatever. There's a lot of assets you put in. So I don't put that on because I want to have control of my ads, but that could be something that you test in the future. But again, if you're working with a brand that has very specific compliance restrictions, or you need to adhere to certain brand guidelines, I would stay away from it. Improve your responsive search ads. Get more clicks on your responsive search ads by improving your headlines and descriptions. Headline and descriptions line assets will come from your existing content, including your ad's final URL or assets in the same ad group. So that's actually letting Google make your RSAs better. Could experiment with that. That's a could be. So I'm not totally against that one. That could be. I might actually want to try that. So let's go down to keywords. Keywords and targeting. Expand your reach with Google search partners. Absolutely freaking not. No. That is something you have to test. I'm going to tell you what. I mean, I was against search partners in the beginning, but then I tested it on a lot of different campaigns, because you should always test. And actually, there are a few campaigns that did better, and we still run with search partners on those campaigns. I found that search partners works pretty good with high intent, because people on high intent, like people on search partners, Google's search partner network, those types of audiences are a little less intent in nature. So if you have campaigns, especially low funnel search campaigns that already have high intent, you'll find some pretty decent results on search partners in general. But just like willy nilly, okay, search partners is applied to everything. Hell no. Don't do it. Do not do it. Did I say don't do it? Don't do it. Remove redundant keywords. Make your account easier to manage by removing redundant keywords. I mean, you would think that this would be a good one to have, and I get it. But here's the thing, I don't like removing anything in the account because then you can never get it back. And that's the one weird thing about Google Ads. I never quite understood that. If anybody knows the philosophy or methodology behind that, when you remove something, if it's a campaign, an ad group, an ad, a keyword, whatever, an audience, if you remove something in Google Ads, it has this little red X next to it, and you can kind of see it, but you can never get it back. I just don't like that. I'm going to pause everything. I want to keep record of everything. That's just me. I don't even think that's just for my organizational purposes. I don't want anything removed because I always want to have the access to be able to go back and use it if I need. So that's just me. Remove non-serving keywords. Yeah, no. I don't want to remove anything, especially with keywords. Like, I wish Google would suggest, I mean, they do in recommendations, suggest new keyword ideas and maybe suggest keywords to pause, you know? So all of these I would probably go for if it was pause. But again, I wouldn't auto apply them. Maybe I want them in there for a very, very specific reason. So remove non-serving keywords, make your account easier to manage. Remove conflicting negative keywords. People didn't see your ads because of conflicting negative keywords. So a conflicting negative keyword is where you have a negative keyword and then it's the same as your keyword, so it's blocking the search. Again, I don't want to remove any of that stuff. I like when the recommendations show me things like you have conflicting negative keywords, then we can make those adjustments, but I want to do that. Use optimized targeting, get more conversions at a similar cost per conversion. What does that mean? That's pretty vague. So where's the learn more? This is funny. I'm trying to click learn more and Google just thinks I want to do it. No, Google, I want to know what you're doing before you're going to do it. Let's go to Google for the Google knowledge. Optimized targeting. Optimized targeting expands to users that are likely to convert by creating a profile of what a converter looks like based on real-time conversion data. So this is something that is more new. Interesting. I guess new to me. I'm not super familiar. When to use optimized targeting. You want your campaign to serve audience segments most likely to convert. You want to acquire new customers. You want to identify new people. You want to increase conversions. How it works. Automatically turned on for all campaigns. Optimized targeting looks at information like keywords on your landing page or in your creative assets, then finds audiences that can meet your campaign's goals. If you don't want to use optimized targeting, you can turn it off in your ad group settings. You can also add criteria like audience segments or keywords to optimize targeting. Optimized targeting uses targeting signals to find similar criteria to serve your ads on. If optimized targeting finds better performing traffic, it may reduce or stop serving traffic on your signals. Now, this is a good question. What's the difference between audience expansion and optimized targeting? Audience expansion looks for people similar to your existing audience. So you may find increasing impressions of user clicks and conversions, but optimized targeting looks for additional conversions by targeting people most likely to convert based on real-time campaign conversion data. So it sounds like the difference is audience expansion is just going to bring you more people that look like whatever audience, where optimized targeting is going to bring you more conversions. It sounds kind of like a PMAX thing. We're just going to get you a bunch of conversions. It sounds dangerous, especially if you have good organic and direct traffic, but it's definitely something that is worth a test. I definitely want to test this out, and I feel like I need to make notes on it right now. Cool. I'm not going to put it on right now as an auto-applied recommendation, but I do want to test that. The last one in here is measurement. Upgrade your conversion tracking. Give credit for conversions across multiple ad interactions with data-driven attribution. This one seems, data-driven attribution makes the most sense. especially because it seems like Google Analytics 4 and all these other Google sponsored platforms are phasing out different attribution models like first touch, last touch, linear, time decay, position based, all of those. I think all of them are being phased out. I'll double check. But let's actually learn a little bit more about exactly what this means. Not something super like I tried typing in the exact thing to Google to see if Google has a specific support document, but we might not be able to see that. We just have to know give credit for conversions across multiple ad interactions with data driven. So it's basically just making sure everything's on data driven. I mean, I think that's fine. To be honest, it was checked in here. I think that's okay. Um, that's where everything's going anyways. So I'm going to say yes for that one. All right. So those are the maintain your ads 9 recommendation types for auto apply. So what did we talk about? We talked about the introduction of auto apply, why Google reps are really pushing it, because that's just what they're being fed by Google to push their customers, why it's important to know which auto apply recommendations you should push and should not push. I'm going to make a part 2. So, because this video would get really long. We're going to go over the auto apply recommendations for growing your business. So please stay tuned. And if you're watching this, there'll probably be some card or link to this video somewhere on the screen here if you want to watch part 2. So see ya in part 2.